In this segment, we're going to be talking about rouges. You're probably going to start off with something like a green rouge or a yellow rouge. Typically, after you've cut your first stage, whether it's on aluminum or stainless, you're going to go to the secondary finishing process. And they vary in two components. They have as a primary cutting grain a very fine and very hard alumina, and very brittle, so that it keeps cutting and breaking down so that you continue to expose polishing grains to your polishing process. How do you hold it all together? And that is done, of course, with the binders. And the binders are really the secret to how rouges work. Again, you've got the soft binders on one end, such as, for example, beef fat or tallow, and you've got the binders all the way on the other end, which are much harder, stiffer, and have therefore the higher melting points. Those would be the stearic acids, the white paraffin waxes. We blend them together at different melting points and different temperatures and add the grains on at a different time, then of course emulsify them, meaning mix them together, and then finally cool them off in a process, and you end up with these various rouge bars. Green, of course, being the most popular on the scene, especially in aluminum, but also works great on steel and stainless. Again, these all, whether it's the green or the yellow, the black magic, and of course the white, these four different bars are essentially very similar in structure. They will allow you to polish out the prior steps buffing lines and get you to an almost mirror finish. The white bar essentially has got a slightly higher melting point than the black bar, which has got a slightly higher melting point than the yellow bar, which has a slightly higher melting point than the green. And that's why the green is so popular, because it's so versatile. The yellow bar tends to melt a little slower than the green. And that's why we use it for stainless steel, because you want that product to stay on your buff and to stay on your metal piece, especially the stainless, longer without slurrying off or coming off. And that's why the higher melting points are important sometimes for some of these applications, with yellow and black basically working for the stainless because of their higher melting points and therefore their ability to withstand heat and stay on the buff and stay on the workpiece longer.